Hello! How's it going, everyone? We are back with another character impression. This time we have Barawa and Sarya. I think. Wait, is that how you pronounce her name? Sarya? Yeah, I guess I'll just call it Barawa instead. Okay, and then he has 1500 HP, 9300 attack, fire. Attack, Doraf, gun, last resort. Massive fire damage to a foe and cooldown for Detective Barawa on the case and Eureka. Oh, this too. Alright, so first skill is 1000% fire damage to a foe, 20% boost to charge bar. Chance to immediately end cooldown upon use. Max 10 times per turn. Wait, what? Okay. Oh, is that kind of thing, eh? Eureka is 3 hit fire damage to a foe, hit to attack and defense stackable, remove 1 buff. So that's the dispel. One and only true. 5 hit fire damage to all foes, 5 removes 5 buffs. And other skills cooldown upon successfully removing a buff, requires sleuth buddies level 5 or higher. I have no idea what that is though. Partners for Justice, deal multi-attacks, so that's double attack, guaranteed. Raise sleuth buddies level by 1 upon using skills, I see. Then cap out at 10, boost to Barawa and Sarah's skill specs based on level, sure. Both mind and muscle, question mark? When Barawa and Sarya remove a foe's buff, red-handed effect to a foe. When a foe has red-handed effect before attacking, bonus fire damage effect 1 time to fire allies. Okay. Alright, what's this? Oh my god. Oh my god, what is that monstrosity? Okay. Alright, first skill is the base cap is 1.1 million. You get 20% meter and then chance to immediately end cooldown. What's the chance though? Does not say. Eureka, the second skill, 3 hit base cap is 170k per hit. Inflict 10%, attack and defend down stackable up to 40%, and then dispel. The last skill is 5 hits. 350k per hit and remove 5 debuffs, 5 buffs. When the thing is 5 or higher and other skills cooldown upon successfully dispelling. I mean, on paper it sounds alright though for full auto character. He actually doesn't look like a bad character. It might be actually key for next Guild War, honestly. Funnily enough, because he dispels so much, right? Doesn't he? He dispels so much. And then you technically resetting this too like crazy, right? This thing is 6 turns cooldown. So you could potentially, you know, get this back up relatively quick anyway. Because usually if 6 turns is still okay, right? I feel like at least within like 5 turns, like within like after your 6 turns is over, you're probably at that point as well. Most likely. I mean, depending on how good your damage is, right? You're probably at 50% or whatever. Then you can use this, and then you can remove 5 of the stupid buff from the Guild War boss, right? It honestly doesn't sound that bad, actually. I mean, he can debuff, he can give a bit of meter as well, and then not to mention, if you're lucky, you can keep pressing this. If you're lucky enough, you can just keep pressing this, I guess. I suppose. Yeah, I think in full auto, you will only press it once. I think. Wait, maybe this might be different. I'm not sure, because this is it has a proper cooldown. Because I think this is just ending the cooldown. So I think it'll still work. Most likely, I got a feeling. Yeah. So honestly, on paper, he looks decent, right? He's subtickable, right? Isn't he? Yeah. He's subtickable. It is, for something along these lines, it's actually okay. He nukes a lot. He's very like, you know, Ogi-centric, because, you know, you want to reset this too like crazy. Because there's no other way for you to reduce his cooldowns at all, other than Ogiing, right? So just being able to reduce this is actually pretty okay. I mean, the nuke damage doesn't feel that bad too. I feel like it's still quite significant, to say the least. His passive has... Oh yeah, his stacks. His stacks has 10% skill damage and 2% skill cap per stack. So it goes up to 100% skill damage and 20% skill cap at 10 stacks. And the good thing is that you do not you do not what's that? There's nothing in his skill kit that removes it, right? So once you get it capped, it's just capped permanently, right? So it's actually not bad. For this one, whenever you dispel, you get red-handed. That only lasts for 1 turn. And then when the foe has that before attacking, you get 40% echo. I mean, sure, I suppose, right? Honestly, I think it's okay. He looks very, very strong for a full auto character in a way, though. I think that's the only good thing about this guy. Because the main thing is that he has a lot of dispels, which is another problem that we are facing a lot these days, right? Where you need insane amount of dispels these days to like survive, like especially in Guild War or whatever. Then in some cases, like some raids as well, you kind of benefit having extra dispels as well, because the boss tends to self-buff a lot very often. So having this actually helps out quite a bit too, in a way. So in a way, this guy can kind of like immediately just can just whoosh, just blow that shit away, you know? Because he has so much dispels, right? And even looking at his base cap, right? His base cap, the numbers doesn't look that bad either. You know? Like, his first skill is like, what, 1.1 mil? Resets as well. This is 170k per hit. So, you know, you can kind of make do with like having supplemental shit. I feel like the major problem this guy has is being in fire. The reason that being is because I feel like most people, I feel like, who are most likely gonna be, you know, considering using him are like the maybe the Magna players or something, or the full auto players kind of thing, right? Which can be a bit of an issue, because fire doesn't really have like a very easy access to supplemental and all that stuff for the most part. You know, maybe Ravans can kind of help you with that, but Ravans, Mugen, Lamau. So yeah, I mean, other than like the way his core mechanics work, he's actually really good. He's definitely, I would say, it's definitely above average for sure. Just being able to dispel like crazy is like a huge plus for a character, because you know for a fact that he's gonna be good in Guild War. Even though, like, say for example, your upcoming Guild War, your setup is going to be like not so great or whatever. Like, you're on the weaker side, you can't full auto properly. You have to manual. Even manualing, right? This guy is going to help you a lot, right? That's why. So he's actually relatively decent for you know, I don't really like this guy that much, but yeah, he actually honestly looks pretty fucking good. Let me check his, you know what? I'll just go to, because I got this stupid character. I got this stupid character, so let's just go to his ass. Alright. He has 5 crits. This guy's EMP has 5 crits, 1 skill cap, 1 debuff success rate, 1 HP, 2 defense, 1 CA damage, and 1 spin damage down. My god, he has 5 crits. That's a lot of crits. I mean, I personally wouldn't really go all on crits, because it kind of defeats the purpose in a way, right? For the most part, I think, because, you know, his stats is relatively okay as well. For even an attack-based character, right? Even for an attack-focused character like you see here, this HP is actually pretty high. 1500 HP for an attack-based character is pretty high. I think for the most part, you can put some crit in there, but you definitely want that. I would at least assume that you might want to put in maybe 1 or 2 points into debuff success, because you kind of want to, you know, do this in case, you know, in case the accuracy of this is pretty dog shit or whatever. But if you don't really care too much about that, I guess you can just ignore the debuff success rate. And then you just put on like either a bit of a HP, put 1 point here, you know, maybe some defense as well. You could actually do that. Then the rest you just put in all on crit, I suppose. Yeah. I think that's entirely up to you, I suppose. I mean, I could try him, but I don't really want to. So yeah, he's actually not too bad. For I feel like for a character like him, which I was kinda close to shitting on him really badly because I didn't really look at this guy. The only person I really care about to look at is Gabriel after all. But yeah, like he's actually not bad at all. Like you can use him on all levels kind of thing, right? Especially I would definitely say especially if you're on the newer side, like you're relatively new towards the game or whatever, this guy is actually quite strong, like for you, because you basically just need to Ogi a lot and you're getting a lot of damages based on nukes, right? And just nuking down alone is like probably one of the easiest way to scale in your grid, even though your grid is still relatively weak. But if you have like somehow able to consistently give meter to this guy or your entire party in some way, you're gonna get a lot of damage regardless. So if you're new, this guy is good. If you're relatively on the later side, you can kind of use him for like full auto, longer fights kind of stuff, or like basically any form of fights that has a lot of buffs. Like the buffs are like, the boss just keep buffing itself, and you need a lot of dispels for that to make it less annoying. Yeah, I would definitely think this guy is actually kind of like in that category, Yeah, so I think that's about it. That's all I can say for Barawa and Sarya. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next one. Lamau. Okay.